Hello, students. Welcome to part 2 of our topic, proportions. Let us review about what we looked at last time. We need to know what is proportion. Look at the ratio 2 to 3 and 40 to 60. Let us check if they are equivalent. Okay. To check if the ratios are equivalent, we write them as fractions. So 2 to 3, we write it as 2 out of 3. And 40 to 60, we write it as 40 out of 60. And then we use cross multiplication to see if they are equivalent. Now we will get 20 times 60, 2 times 60. 2 times 60, we will get 120. Okay. Then we get 3 times 40. 3 times 40, we will also get 120. What does this imply? It implies that the ratio 2 to 3 is equal to the ratio 40 to 60. And now, when these two ratios are equivalent, this equation, it is what we call proportion. So, proportion is an equation that shows the equivalence of two ratios. Now, we use this kind of equivalence to find the missing parts in the ratio. Okay. Like we have seen already in our last lesson, if we say that 2 to 3 is equal to x to 60, we can have 2 out of 3 is equal to x out of 60. And now we do cross multiplication, 3 times x, we get 3x, and 2 times 60. So x will be 2 times 60 divided by 3. And by 3 get 1, by 3 we get 20. So you have x as 2 times 20, which is 40, which is this 40. I hope you see how important this is. Now, let us go ahead to example number 4. Remember last time we stopped at example number 3. So let us talk about example number 4. The ratio of boys to girls in a class is 2 to 3. If there are 60 girls in a class, how many boys are in the class? You see, we have got boys to girls. And the ratio is 2 to 3. Let us get another ratio, boys to girls. If there are 60 girls, so girls are 60. How many boys are in the class? We don't know the number of boys. Let us say this number of boys is B. Now we go ahead and make this a fraction that will be 2 out of 3. It will be equaling to B out of 60. So that B times 3, we will get 3B, and 2 times 60, it will be 120. So that B is equal to 120 divided by 3. So that we come up with B equaling to 40. So it means that therefore, there are 40 boys in the class. Now, let us use another method. This is the proportion method. But let's see when we use the bar model. Okay. Now, the ratio is 2 to 3, boys to girls. So we say that we have got boys, that is 2 parts, and girls, that is 3 parts. But now we have been told that we have got 60 girls. Now it means that here, the 3 parts, they are equal to 60. Now, if 3 parts are equal to 60, what about 1 part? It means that each part will be 60 divided by 3, and this will be 20. Now, it means that this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, and this is 20. You see that? So this actually means that the number of boys is equal to 20 plus 20, or you may call it 20 times 2. You see? So boys will be 20 plus 20. This will be 40. I hope you understand that. So you can use the bar model or you can use the proportion method. Okay, let us see another example. This is example number 5. The ratio of female participants to the number of male participants. So we are having female to male at a party is 4 to 9. Okay. Then if there are 30 more male participants than female participants, calculate the total number of people. Calculate the total number of people who attended the party. Now we are going to also use 2 methods. Let us begin with the proportion method. Proportion. Okay. Now, we have been told that the ratio of female to male is 4 to 9. If there are 30 more male participants than female participants, look at this statement. So it means that if we let the number of female participants, let the number of female participants be X. So if the number of female participants is X, then the number of male participants will be X plus 30, because we have 30 more male than female. So it means that the number of male participants will be X plus 30. Okay. Now we have got female to male as 4 to 9. It is equal to female to male, which is X to X plus 30. So we have got 4 out of 9 is equal to, and let me write this 9 very well. 4 out of 9 is equal to X out of X plus 30. So that we have 4 times X plus 30 is equal to X times 9. So this will be 4x plus 120 is equal to 9x. Let's rewrite it like this. Still, it has no problem, but this will be easier. 9 times x, that will be 9x, and 4 times x plus 30. So that we have 9x is equal to 4x plus 120, and 9x minus 4x is 120. So then 5x is equal to 120. So x is 120 divided by 5, which is equal to, yes, what is 120 divided by 5? That will be 24. Okay, now X stands for female participants, but we need the total number of people who attended the party. So it means that we have got female as 24 and male as x plus 30, that is 24 plus 30, and that will be 54. Okay, now the total number of participants will be 24 plus 54, and this will give us 78 people. So 78 people attended the party. Let us use method number 2. This will be the bar model. Okay. We know that the ratio of female to male is 4:9. So if we have the ratio as 4:9, so for female, we draw 4 squares, and for male, we draw 9 squares. Okay. Now, we have been told that there are 30 more male participants. Now, you look at this point. At this point, the number of female is equal to the number of male. But from here, this is where we have more male, 30 more male. So it means that from this point, we have 30. These are 30 more male than female. Now, how many squares are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you see that 5 squares stands for 30. What about 1 square? We say that if we need to know 1 square, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 parts, they are the same as 30. What about 1 part? 1 part will be 30 divided by 5, which is equal to 6. Now it means that here we have 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and every other square is 6. Like this. This is what it means. Now, we need to know, calculate the total number. How many people attended this party altogether, both male and female? So it means that the total number of participants will be the total number of squares times 6. So we are having 13 squares. So we get 13 times 6. You get that? And 13 times 6, we get 78. So it means that we got 78 people who attended this party. Okay, you can use the proportion method or the bar model method. You will be able to come up with the same answer. I hope you have understood that. Let us see example number 6. The ratio of science books to math books in the library is 4:7. If there are 1,320 math books and science books all together, how many more math than science books are in the library? Okay. Now we have science books, let's use S, to math books, let's use M. And that ratio is 4:7. But the total number of science books and math books, when we get science books, we add their math books, we are going to get 1,320. You see that? So it means that also when we add these ratios, it will be 4 plus 7, and this will give us 11 parts. So it means that 11 parts, they are equivalent or they are proportional to 1,320. Now, we say that 11 parts, they are equal to 1,320. Then, what about one part? One part will be 1,320 divided by 11. And this gives us 120. You see that? Now, how many more math books than science books? Okay. Now, to know how many more math than science, we are going to get math minus science. So it means that we are going to get their difference as 7 minus 4, and this will be 3 parts. Now, to know the number of books, we are going to get 3 times 120, and this gives us 360 more math books. Okay, so I hope you have understood that. Okay, let us see how to use the bar model method. Remember, this is proportional method. And now let's use the bar model. So the ratio of science books to math books is 4:7. So this means that this is science and this is math. 4 parts to 7 parts. Then if there are 1,320 science and math books altogether, it means that all together here we have 1,320 books, and these are math and science. Now, how many more math books? So before we get to know that, of course, we know that that will be this part. These are more math books than science books. But now, each square stands for how many books? You see, now we know that all of these we are having 11 squares, and they are equal to 1,320. What about one square? This will be 1,320 divided by 11. And we have already seen that that is 120 books. Now, we can see that there are 3 more squares that represent math than science. So it means that these 3 squares will mean 3 times 120. So we can see that each square, each part is equal to 120. Now, what about these 3 parts? So the 3 parts will be 3 times 120, so that we get 360 books. So it means that we have 360 more math books than science books. So I hope you get that right. And now let's look at the last example. The amount of gasoline in the fuel tanks of 3 cars A, B, and C are in the ratio 8 to 10 to 13. If the tank with the smallest amount of gasoline has 52 liters of gas, find the difference in the amount of gasoline in the other 2 other cars. Now, the ratio is A to B to C, which is 8 to 10 to 13. Now, they have said that if the tank with the smallest amount of gasoline has 52, which one is the smallest? If we have 8 to 10 to 13, we see that 8 is small. So this means that it is A. So it means that A has got 52 liters. Now, if A has 52 liters, how many liters do we have in each part? So you see that 8 parts, they have 52 liters. So what about one part? One part will be 52 divided by 8. And this will give us 6.5 liters. Now, we need the difference in the amount of gasoline in the other 2 cars. Now, the other 2 cars, we need B and C. B and C. Now, the difference between B and C is this one here, 3. Now, the difference in the amount of gasoline in B and C will be 6.5 times the 3 parts, and 6.5 times 3 will be 19.5 liters. So this becomes your answer. Okay, now please go ahead. You look at page 19 and 21. Then exercise 1B, you do exercise 3 to 5. So let us stop here for today and we meet again next time. Goodbye.